They didn't find the gold. They were in the wrong place. Africa is huge. You can fit America and Africa about 2.5 times, almost 3 times. That's how big Africa is. So they couldn't find the gold. They could find what they were looking for. So instead, what happened is that they end up trading or accepting the slave trade. You hear some people say Africans sold themselves into slavery. That's kind of right and kind of wrong. They didn't sell themselves. They sold people that looked like them. Matter of fact, they sold their enemies. So the culture for some Africans was when you defeated your enemy, instead of killing them, they enslaved them, put them in cages or wherever they had to contain them, and kept them. So when Europeans came down with their weapons and their guns, Africans didn't know what those were. They just know they put a hole in somebody. They wanted those weapons. They wanted those technology advantages. So they ended up trading slaves for that. So Europeans were kind of introduced to slavery by Africans. And you probably like, oh, no, because you know what's going on now and, you know, the oppression and all the things that's happening. You know, yes, it's really sad. I'm sad it's happening. But guess what? Africans sold slaves into slavery. Now, I'm not gonna say it was an even trade, not at all. A person for weapons or whatever, but it's what they did. I mean, you gotta think about it, it's your enemy. And I don't wanna hear that talk because there's people out here in the black community that's killing each other all the doggone time. I grew up seeing it. Kill each other all the time. Well, Africans were doing the same thing. All right? Matter of fact, it happened everywhere around the world. So anyways, Europeans came and they end up accepting the trade. And after they accepted the trade, they seen that it was profitable. Some Africans was trying to stop the trade because they seen that, you know, they were taking advantage of. Europeans didn't care about that. Once they seen it was profitable, they kept coming back, and then start taking them by force eventually. But initially, Africans accepted this. Okay? Whew, kind of went off on a tangent right there. So let's get back to what I was talking about when it comes to Black Panther. All right, so Black Panther movement started in Oakland, was spearheaded later by a man named Huey Newton, and I believe he's from LA, but it originally started in Oakland. So, you know, I grew up, like I said, seeing a couple of real Black Panthers in real life, and I was always proud because they do not get them confused with the Black Power movement. They was a part of that, but they were not the Black Power movement. Sometimes, in the history of the Black Power movement, the reason I'm saying this is because sometimes in the history of the Black Power movement, they were really, really against integration, or they were really against anybody that was not Black, to be honest. People that was part of that Black Power movement was Malcolm X. And at one time, the Nation of Islam did not accept anyone who was not Black. Malcolm X did. He believed in this. Okay, didn't really accept anybody that wasn't Black until he took his trip to Mecca because he was Muslim. So he took his trip to Mecca, and when he went to Mecca, he realized, wow, there's a lot of people out here that care more about me than the Black people where I'm from, who I'm being ridiculed by now. He said, you know what? This is not a black and white thing. It might be called, the Black Power movement, but this is not a black and white thing. This is a social justice thing. And eventually, when Malcolm X came back, he was unfortunately assassinated once again by his own people. All right. So, you have the Black Power movement, who at one point, like I said, believed in just Black power. The Black Panther movement was not like that. Like I said, it was about social justice. How do I know that? Because it was more than just black people in the movement. There were white people, and also especially white women. Because at one point, women were being treated unfairly as well. I mean, women are still being treated unfairly. But when you have a movement like a Black Panther movement that's helping social equality, then some of the white women want to join as well. Because as we know, or if you don't know, black men were actually able to vote before white women. Okay? So, black people being oppressed, the cultures being oppressed. Women were oppressed longer. So if you, it's crazy. If you would add a black person and a woman, you get a black woman. So some people, it's crazy because I don't want anybody to think I'm sexist or racist or anything like that. I'm not. But if I see somebody like, the homeless and need help, I just deep in my heart, I always go for the struggling black woman. They just been through a lot, man. Gosh, throughout history. First of all, you black and the racism and everything else going on. Second of all, you're a woman, so you don't have any rights. Third of all, you have all these people who's using you. You ever heard of Thomas Jefferson? Yes, the president. This man clearly had kids by a black woman and owned slaves. So you don't cheat on his wife or girlfriend or whoever, but we know, like this is, man, I don't care what anybody say, this is facts right here. This man had black kids. How do I know that? Because when the kids were born, he set them free. Why did everybody else get set free? The kids get set free, and the baby mama, because that's what she was set free and got some land eventually as well. So our president, and then I don't want to know if that was a mutual agreement, like, hey, come on, me and you intertwine? Or was it like, hey, I'm the president, you'll do what I'm going to tell you to do? At first in my mind, like, man, that's a strong black woman, man. Of course not. He forced her. He did this. He did that, blah, blah, blah. But then, here I go about this rant. I warned you that I rant. I think about black women now. Not all black women. Not all black women. But let's just think about black women now. Man, how our culture is with the revealing of the body. Putting on that makeup, putting on that fake hair, them wigs, anything that's not naturally you to gain somebody's attention. People, it's funny because, I'm a black man, and then my friends or people I know like, hey man, let's go to the strip club. I always tell them I hate going to the strip club. I really do. They're like, oh man, get out your feelings, man. Come on, let's go see some butt. This might shake something. It's just not for me. I grew up with 3 strong sisters and a strong mother. And I just, and I know everybody's not like this. I'm not judging you, I promise you. But it feels like, okay, you can call me Captain Saver then. Captain Saver Ho. All right, I'm a little Captain Saver Ho. Because